your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, cloud cover will begin to increase here tonight. This ahead of our next system that eventually is going to bring us our next round of some wintry weather. Let's look at the temperatures tonight. We are in the mid-20s right now. 25 in Champaign, 29 in Effingham. When we factor in that wind, feeling like the mid-teens from Springfield to Champaign. If you're heading out and about tonight, you're going to want to be on the lookout for those chilly temperatures. Again, we'll be falling back down into those low 20s. We'll come back, talk about the snow and the rain that's in the forecast. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
More than a dozen green card holders may have voted in Illinois elections in 2018. Why it was the state's fault and why they still may be deported coming up.
One person is dead after a home invasion. Now you won't believe how the man who pulled the trigger connected with the suspect's family.
And a county treasurer is leaving her position. Why there's going to be an emergency hearing for that job.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
They were ineligible to vote, which is what it appears they were. Then they may, in fact, be deported.
Governor Pritzker acknowledged today a mistake at the Secretary of State's office could result in legal residents being deported. Good evening. I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. We told you last night nearly 600 people who said they are not citizens were automatically registered to vote in 2018. We have since confirmed 16 of those people did actually vote in Illinois. Our Capitol Bureau Chief Mark Maxwell is live in Carbondale, where the governor just finished up a press event. Now, Mark, the governor says he wants to see this fully investigated.
Jennifer, good evening. Yes, just moments ago, a few hours ago, actually, Governor Pritzker said that election security is a top priority of his. He pointed to several different actions his office has taken in recent months to invest in election security, and he offered his support for a full investigation into exactly what went wrong here. But even this Democratic governor who signed the Trust Act, whose administration goes so far to protect even undocumented immigrants from being harassed or deported at the local level, he said, look, the law is the law. And if a non-citizen, even if they have a green card, if they vote in an American election, they very well may face deportation, even though the state is to blame here. Now the State Board of Elections confirms people who declared they were not citizens at Secretary of State facilities in Illinois did end up voting. Out of the 545 people who said they were not citizens, how many of them actually voted in 2018?
16 of those individuals voted. They cast a total of 19 ballots. This is 10 in the 2018 general election.
Some of those were people who voted in different elections. There were 16 people, 19 ballots. A few of them voted in a consolidated election or voted several times. Now, some of those people may have been legal residents with green cards. At least one of those 16 people appears to also be an actual U.S. citizen with a voting history that dates back to 1988 and may have just filled out that form or checked the citizenship box incorrectly. So we still don't know all the specifics about who these people are. Remember, the State Board of Elections and local election authorities are not making their names public at this time. Again, House Republicans and senators in both parties, Republicans and Democrats, are calling for investigative hearings tonight. Still no response from House Speaker Michael Madigan. He's been challenged to hold an investigative hearing and call for Secretary of State Jesse White to testify in that hearing as well. Also, early voting starts in just a little more than 2 weeks in Illinois. Reporting live in Carbondale, Mark Maxwell, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Mark, thank you so much. Lots of information there. Now, 16 people, right? Of the millions who vote, why is that important? Here's why. Of those non-citizens registered to vote, the Macon County Clerk says one of them cast their ballot in the county. And that issue could change the outcome of the election. The sheriff's race that year was won by just one vote. But the county clerk says it is possible that person who voted was actually a U.S. citizen, like Mark said, who accidentally identified as not being one. And that is something they are looking into.
Based on, like I say, prior contacts with the office, we believe they're a citizen and they're entitled to vote. They've been voting for a very long time, and they have made multiple address changes, and each time they've come into the office to do that in the past, they attested that they were a citizen.
The Macon County Clerk says they were able to find a social security number for this voter, but even that's not enough to definitively say this person is a citizen. The office is trying to contact the person and the others who identified as non-citizens but were registered to vote.
An emergency hearing is happening tomorrow after a U of I professor tried to file as a write-in candidate for Champaign County Treasurer but was denied. John Vambenek wants the county to conduct an open primary election for the treasurer position. Laurel Pressing is resigning at the end of the month, creating a vacancy until the November election. We reached out to the state's attorney's office, which said it does not have a comment at this time. We have new details from Vermilion County. Police are investigating a home invasion that left one person dead.
It happened in Danville this weekend near English and Franklin Streets. WCIA 3's Karina Rubio is live in our newsroom tonight. Karina, the homeowner pulled a gun on the intruders.
Yeah, Jennifer, police say he killed one of the suspects. They're still looking for at least one other person who ran away from the scene.
It's been pretty quiet over here. We have nothing. We haven't heard anything.
But that all changed Sunday night when police swarmed this man's neighborhood.
It was a mess. Mayhem. A lot of police. Tape from basically, I think that's Gilbert all the way down.
When police got to the scene, they found 29-year-old Jordan Parrish lying on the ground inside of a house. He had been shot several times. Parrish was taken to the hospital and later died. Police say Parrish was one of several people who broke into the home. They say the homeowner shot him. While officers say Parrish was the one committing the crime, his sister says she knew another side of him.
The Jordan that maybe other people know is not the Jordan who we knew. He was bright. He was funny.
Karina Valdez Parrish says her brother had a troubled past and was wrapped up with the wrong crowd, but wishes it didn't have to come to this.
He could be a better person because the way he was talking, he was sounding like it. He was sounding like he wanted to get his act together. No matter what, nobody deserves to die. I mean, if they need to go do their time to society, they can do that, but ultimately nobody deserves to die.
And she thinks the homeowner who shot at her brother might feel the same way. She says he contacted her the night everything happened.
He said, "I'm so sorry what happened. I didn't know. From the bottom of my heart, I apologize." He didn't mean to do it. We don't blame him. We don't hate him because I understand somebody run up in my stuff.
When I spoke to Jordan Parrish's sister today, she said she wants to use this to address the high level of violence in Danville. She wants to see more programs to help guide young people to choose the right path. In the newsroom, Karina Rubio, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Karina, thank you. Police arrested a man for stabbing in Champaign. It happened off of Springfield Avenue on Kenwood Road this afternoon. Police say they found a 20-year-old with several stab wounds. He was taken to the hospital and is expected to survive. Police quickly arrested 22-year-old Christopher Torrey. They say an argument between three people led to the stabbing. Torrey was arrested for aggravated and domestic battery.
Here's a follow-up. A pastor accused of sexually assaulting a teenage member of his church was in court today. Roger Van Raden was a youth pastor at Faith Baptist Church in Champaign. Police say he was involved with a 14-year-old girl over the course of 4 years. She's now 18. Van Raden pleaded not guilty last month and dropped his public defender. He's now being represented by Evan Bruno. His bond was also modified earlier this month so he could leave the state. He'll be back in court next month. State police are still looking for one of the drivers involved in a crash yesterday afternoon on Interstate 74. It happened near the 74-57 interchange. Here's video from our Sky 3 drone. State police say a car abruptly tried to turn into the median. That car took off, but it caused a chain reaction of two other cars crashing. One person was taken to the hospital. That person's expected to be okay. State police are still working on getting a description of that first car.
Two people were rescued from the roof of an apartment building after a fire broke out inside of it. It happened near South 7th and East Allen Streets in Springfield early this morning. Crews were able to rescue the two men by getting a ladder to them. Nearly 30 firefighters responded. It took them 2 hours to get it under control. A firefighter was hurt, but nobody inside the building was. The fire started in a kitchen range.
The U of I is always looking for ways to make inroads in the Windy City. How it's getting some help from the Block Eye.
And also tonight, about 400 Illinois soldiers are headed for Afghanistan. We'll show you the send-off the National Guard received today.
Outside we look in Champaign. Well, Roofing Dog INET, Brett, your weather camera. Recap today was another cold one, 12 this morning. Didn't make it above the average mark, 31 the high. Coming back, we've got to talk about that wintry weather that's coming our way. The latest on the timing and amounts next.